Maybe for Christmas, you asked mom to help you set up a TD Ameritrade account. Maybe your New Year's resolution is to start trading like a big boy. It doesn't matter to me why you're switching from Robinhood to TD Ameritrade, but I am here to hold your gloved hand through this and teach you all the in and outs of their trading platform, which is Thinkorswim. I'm going to put Robinhood right next to Thinkorswim, and I'm going to show you exactly where you can find all the tools that you're familiar with on Robinhood in Thinkorswim. Alrighty, boys and girls, you ready to do this? Let's do it. Let's go. So before we begin, if you have not already signed up for TD Ameritrade or downloaded their platform Thinkorswim, the links are in the description below. So right off the bat, when you open Robinhood, you're going to see this beautiful red graph, which I think is just a wonderful UI design. And TD Ameritrade does have an equivalent. I can't find it on the platform, never been able to find it. I've never seen it anywhere in the platform, but you can find it online if you log into TD Ameritrade. And this is a new account that I'm showing you guys through because it's primed and ready for a trading challenge I've been doing on this channel. But if you log into TD Ameritrade online, you can see your net profit loss graph right here. It's just flat because I haven't traded anything yet. And you can choose different time frames here, like year to date or 1 week or whatever. So let's snap back over to Thinkorswim here. And one thing I want to take care of before we go any further, since we're already logged into Thinkorswim online, is this partially delayed data up here. So all your information when it comes to stock charts and stock prices is going to be delayed by 20 minutes, unless you're looking at Forex and futures, which is no good if you're in a day trade or if you're trying to set a limit order or something. It's junk. So let's go ahead and fix that really quick. And what you're going to do is you're going to go back over to your TD Ameritrade account online, and you're going to go up here to Client Services in the top right, and then to Subscriptions. And you're gonna scroll down here, and most of you guys, I'm assuming, aren't professionals. If you're a professional and you're watching this video, you need some serious help. Who let you into the firm, dude? So if you're non-professional, you're gonna click that you're non-professional down here, scroll down a little bit, sign this bad boy, hit save. So if you go over here to Subscriptions, and then we're gonna sign up for real-time NASDAQ level 2 quotes, hit subscribe. So if it says if you must complete the exchange agreements before you can sign up for this product, which we just did, you're gonna have to log out and log back in. Real-time NASDAQ level 2 quotes, hit subscribe. And you subscribe, so now everything's gonna be up to date. And while we're here, we might as well sign up for streaming news as well. This gives you free news. Cool. So you won't see it up to date right here because you also have to log out and log back in on the platform as well. Now in the upper left-hand corner, you should see real-time data, and you're basically ready to roll. So below that net profit loss graph on Robinhood, you're gonna have your watch list where you have all your different stocks that you've been queuing up, keeping your eyes on. So let's go ahead and make a watch list really quick on Thinkorswim. So your watch lists are going to be over here in the left on this kind of bar side panel here. And we're going to create a new one. So you're going to click on this default right here. We are going to do create watch list right there. We're going to name it something like Can't Go Tits Up. And then we can start adding different stocks to our watch list here. AMD, we'll do Facebook, Activision, Coca-Cola, we'll do SPY. Add whatever you want to it. You can make a bunch of different watch lists, and this is just gonna be our first one. So you hit save. Now here's your watch list over to the left, but the problem is you can't really filter through it. Like when you click on each stock like this, you can see a little tiny chart, but there's not really a whole lot you can do with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna link this chart to a certain color. So over here or number. So right here we can link it to red. And if this is linked to red up here, now if we click on it, it's gonna change the overall chart to our right. So that way we can quickly go through a watch list and see what's happening. How's the market changing? Is there anything I want to get long or short on? So if I were to switch this back to yellow and I click, it doesn't do it. But if I switch this to yellow, boom, it'll snap to it every time I click on the ticker symbol. So now in Robinhood, when you want to go buy some shares, you're going to tap on one of the stocks in your watch list. You're going to hit trade, and then you're going to hit buy. Although more often you're probably hitting trade options, am I right? So after that, you're going to select the number of shares and you're going to send it off. And that's the only way you can do it on Robinhood. But on Thinkorswim, there's a handful of ways you can do it, and you can pick your preference. So before I show you how to enter trades on Thinkorswim, I'm going to use their on-demand feature, which is up here in the top right, where you can actually choose dates to basically go back into the past. So if I want to go trade on a day like November 12th at open, I can hit go. And now it's actually showing data from a previous trading day where you can like mock trade essentially. And it'll all be pretend, it's all simulated, so you're not going to actually be throwing your money around. It'll just show trades being filled so you can kind of get the idea of what it feels like. Probably my favorite way to buy shares or go short would be through the active trader tab, which is over here to the right. If you click on this guy, you're going to see buy market and sell market, which means you're going to buy at the best available price or you're going to sell at the best available price, and it'll get filled immediately. So let's go ahead and simulate that really quick. We're going to hit buy. This window will pop up basically asking, are you sure? Do you think that's a really good idea? It looks like it's going to go down. And you're like, yep, I'm an idiot. I want it to go. So if we hit, and it's going to do 100 automatically, buy 100 shares. And we'll show you how to change that here in just a second. But we can go ahead and send that. And it'll get filled. It says bought up here, 180 AMD, and it'll say buy, sell, B/S, which means we've bought 100 for the day and we have sold 0 for the day. So our position is long 100 shares. We've made $5, dude. We're trading gods. This is so easy. Now, if you want to close this position, you can also just straight up sell it. Hit send. Boom, we're closed. We're net short, right? And it'll tell you we bought 100, sold 100, our position is flat. Now, if you want to get more specific with the number of shares you want to buy or short, you can click this arrow right here and you can change to different quantities. So if I want to just buy 10, and if you hit buy market, it's going to just buy 10 of them. So we could do it the exact same way. Now, if you're more of a visual kind of person, instead of doing it that way, you can do it down here. And what you're seeing here are all the orders that people are putting in to buy and sell at different prices. So if you want to buy way down here, if the price takes a dip later in the day, you can go ahead and just click it right there and hit send. And it'll put a limit order down there. So if the price drops all the way down, it'll get filled. And if you think, it might be taken off, we can drag this up between the bid and the ask, and it'll get filled automatically. Whoops. So let's bring it up to the ask right there. We hit send. Are we long? Yeah. And then it fills automatically. So another way to do what we just did, but maybe if you're not so much of a visual person and you're more looking at the numbers and want to make sure everything's looking just right before you send it off, is you can go up here to the stock price right here, right click, hit buy. And now you can see down here our order that we're about to send in. So it's a stock, we're gonna buy, maybe we wanna buy 10 shares of AMD. And we can set a limit order. So if we think it's gonna take a dip, we can bring this down a little bit. Or if we think it's about to blast off to the moon, we can just set this as a market order. And over here, you can see when this order will expire. And with market orders, you're gonna have it, it won't let you do good till canceled. It won't let you do it. So you're gonna have to keep it day, where it'll expire at the end of the trading day. With limit orders, you can do good till canceled as well. I'm not gonna explain what these are. These are the only two that are on Robinhood, and really the only two that I use anyway. Cool, so we're gonna send this market order off, see what it looks like. So it's gonna open the same trade window and you hit send and it's gonna get filled, awesome. And over here, you can now see that you're long 10 shares of AMD again, where your profit loss open and profit loss stay are right next to it. So let's go ahead and close that position again. So now our position is flat. Now let's say we want to add a stop loss and a take profit. So let's say we want our stop loss to be down here at 35 and our take profit to be up here at 38. What we can do, and it's just so awesome, is you can right click on the price again. We're gonna buy custom. If you just wanna stop, you can just have it with the stop. Or if you wanna take profit and a stop, you can do an OCO bracket, which is one cancels other. So in other words, when one of these prices gets hit, so if your stop gets hit, your take profit cancels. If your take profit gets hit, your stop loss cancels. That way you're not net flat with a sell order open somewhere. So if I were to hit the stop loss and it wasn't one cancels other, we would have a flat position, but still have a sell limit order up here. So if the price went up there and hit that, we would then be short. It would be a mess. So we're doing one cancels other. So let's say we want to buy, so here's all our orders and it just looks like a gobbledygook mess, but don't worry, we'll filter through it here. Let's say we're just doing 10 shares again. So we're going to bring all these down to 10. They're all in AMD. Okay. This one's a buy order. This is going to be our long position. And these two are going to be our stop losses and take profits, right? Stop loss and take profit. So we're going to go ahead and say we want to get in right now. So we're going to change this to a market order. Our next one is going to be our take profit. And if you get confused between which one's the take profit and the stop, you can see that this is the stop right there. Or if it's just easier for you, you can see that this price is higher than that one. So this one's going to be our take profit. Remember, we want our take profit at 38. So we're going to do that by changing this number to 38. So now for our stop loss, same deal, stock sell minus 10, AMD stock. It's the same exact order basically, except for one's to the upside, one's to the downside. And we're going to have these both good till canceled because we expect this trade to go on for longer than a day. So we're going to have these two good till canceled. And our stop loss, if you remember, let's take a look. What was it? 35. So we're going to change this to 35. Cool. Now you have the full order here. You can look at it and go, does this look right? Did I do anything really dumb? If not, cool, you're good to go. And you can hit confirm and send. It'll show a review of your order, the cost of the trade, the effects on your buying power, all that kind of stuff. And when you're ready to send it off, you can hit send. Boom. And it's so cool that you can actually see where your limit orders are on the stock chart. So there's our take profit. There's our stop loss, exactly where we put those lines, right? And you can see over here, we're long 10 shares. And then you basically just let the trade write itself out if you want to do it that way. And when you're on this on demand feature, you can actually like fast forward in time. So if I wanted to pick like November 18th and hit go. So there we can see that our take profit filled and our stop loss disappeared, which is awesome. Let's throw in a few trades to show how you can monitor a bunch of different trades. So we're going to buy market here. Let's pop over Facebook. We'll buy 10 of Facebook and TNX. Buy some of that. So on Robinhood, when you're monitoring your positions, you're going to see them right above your watch list, and they're going to look a lot like your watch list, and you can tap on them and see the details of your position. On Thinkorswim, they're going to be up here in the monitor tab. Here you can see the positions we're in. So here are the tickers. Here are the quantity, how many shares we have for each stock. Here you're going to see the trade price, the price we entered the trade at, the mark, which is the current trading price. You'll see that change, right? And then over here, you can see our profit loss open and our profit loss day. And then towards the top of the monitor tab, we can see today's trading activity where you might have working orders, like if you had a stop loss, all your filled orders right here, your canceled orders, which I was canceling a few just a minute ago. And we're going to ignore rolling strategies right now. Now, a little tip for you. If you're sick of having Thinkorswim wanting you to do 100 shares when you're trying to enter a trade, you can go to Setup, Application Settings, Order Defaults, and you can change your default quantity to maybe something more realistic, like 10, like we were doing before. And then if we hit Apply Settings, now if we go to buy something, it's going to default to 10 as compared to 100, which is more realistic for most people. Now, when you're selling short, it's going to be the exact same. You're going to hit Sell Market and send it off, and now we're short. Our position's 10 short. We're betting on the stock going down. We're going to buy to close, right? So we've covered your net profit loss graph, which is on the website. We've covered out how to make watch lists over here to the left. We've covered how to buy and sell shares, but we haven't covered options yet, which, Robinhood obviously has. That's one of their main, focal points. So let's go ahead and do that. So if you want to trade options, what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to trade. And let's say I really like SPY because the liquidity on SPY options are nice and tight. So let's type in SPY. What you're seeing here are all the different expirations for SPY options. And most of the time, we're going to avoid weeklies. We're going to choose monthlies, which are going to be the ones that are on the third Friday of every month. And they are going to be these guys right here. So like December 20th, that's got to be the third Friday, right? Yep, third Friday. You can do the weeklies or quarterlies. They're just probably going to be a little less liquid, although on SPY, it can't be by that much. So let's say we want to buy a call on SPY. What we're going to do is, and we want it to expire on the 20th of December, 2019. We're going to click on this guy right here. And you're going to see the options chains for those SPY options. Now in Robinhood, you can scroll through a bunch of different options and see all the different strike prices and that kind of deal. And you can do the same here. It's only showing 4 strike prices, and you can see the strike prices right here, 310, 311, 312, 312 and a half. On the left side, you see calls. On the right side, you see puts. So these are calls, puts. And we'll get into more of the details about what these numbers are here in just a second. But let's go ahead and give ourselves a few more strikes in case you want to buy some out of the money options. You crazy goon. So we're going to give us 12. So over here on the left, we see calls, right? And we don't really need to focus on the last, basically the last price traded. We don't need to focus on net change either. We do need to focus on bid and ask. So when you're buying an option, you're going to be buying at the ask most of the time. So let's say we want to buy a call for SPY. Let's say we actually do want it to be a little out of the money. We think things are going to explode. The trade deal's going through tomorrow. We're going to buy at the ask, okay? Bid, ask. So this is the ask price on this side. So we're going to buy the December 20th. We'll do 313 call. So you can left click on this guy and it's going to pull up your trade here at the bottom. We are buying a single, which is, if you're doing a spread, it wouldn't be single, but I can show you how to do that in just a moment. We're going to buy a single option. We're going to buy one of them. It's on SPY. It expires on December 19th, and you can change any of this stuff down here. Here's a strike. You can change that as well. You change that from a call to a put. And we can change this to market, where you can just send it off and have it filled. I really discourage people from doing this. You can usually get a much better price if you set a limit order. So we can set our limit order somewhere in between the bid and the ask. We don't have to buy exactly at the ask. We can bring it down to maybe 317, or if we think the price is going to drop intraday, we can bring it even lower and send it off. But let's go ahead and do 317, where it'll probably get filled, and we'll send that right here. Hit confirm and send. Send it. You can see it got filled up here in the top left for $317. Now, if you want to monitor this position, you can go over here to the monitor tab and go to activity and positions. And here you can see if you click on SPY, you can see our contract, or one contract right here. It expires in 32 days. And you can see our profit loss open and profit loss day right there as well. Now, if you don't want to pop between different charts while closing positions, you can go ahead and right click this guy. We can create a closing order. It'll bring it up again here at the bottom. And let's say we want to get out of it in a hurry. We hit market and confirm and send it off. There you go. It's sold it. We can go back to monitor activity positions, and you can see our quantity is 0. So we can be at ease that we do not have a long position on SPY options. Now, let's say we feel the exact opposite about SPY all of a sudden. It's taking a pooper. Maybe Trump changed his mind about the trade deal. So we're going to go back over to trade. We're going to buy put, and we're going to buy it a little bit out of the money again. Again, I'm not recommending buying out of the money. I think if you watch any of my videos, I don't recommend it, but I'm just doing it for kicks. So when you're buying, again, you're going to be buying at the ask price here in the put. So we're going to buy the 310. But let's say we want a stop loss on it. So we're going to buy the 310, but we want to buy a custom worth a stop. So we can do an OCO bracket just like we did with shares, or we can do a stop just like we can do with shares. And I'll pull it up right here. We're going to buy one. And with stop losses for options, you're setting it based on the premium. So we're just going to change this to market just to keep it easy. We're going to set the stop loss as good till canceled, because this trade could be on for a little while. And let's say we want to keep it exactly where it's at. So, if it goes down to our stop, we're losing about $100. Let's say we're comfortable with that and ready to go. We can go ahead and hit confirm and send it off. If you want to add different stuff to this top bar here, you can click on the layout, hit customize, and you can add different features over. So if you want to see like what the Vega is or volume, you just double click it. Open interest is really nice to have. Yep, we hit OK. And now we can see all the information. So we can see open interest and volume and all that jazz. Now, if we want to review what options positions we have, it's nice. You can just click this arrow right here to collapse everything. And you can see that on the December 20th, the Decembers, we have a position. And if you click on that, you can see your trade. So we have that SPY put open. And if you want to see what kind of sell order you have for that trade, you can click that guy and it'll show your sell order. If you want to trade different types of option strategies, I'll do it this way, although there's multiple ways to do it. Let's say I want to enter a bull call spread. So what I can do, since a bull call spread is a debit trade, I'm going to be buying at the ask. I can go ahead and right click this buy, hit buy, or hover over buy, go to vertical, and now we can build a debit call spread. And you can see one leg's right here, the other leg's right there, and it'll be sent off as a single trade. So we can change this to maybe like 313. It's going to be the one we're selling. It's out of the money. The one we're buying is in the money. So it's a bull call spread. And we can change the limit right there. We can confirm and send it off. Let's go ahead and click on demand there. Get rid of it. We're done. So here we're looking at my real account. And then the top left, you can see all my different balances. They're all basically the same right now anyway. It'll kind of vary based on what trades you've done. Are they long? Are they short? Those have different settling periods and that kind of thing. So they might differ a little bit. But if you want to know how much money you have for buying options, it's going to be right there. Stocks on a margin account is going to be different. You can see I have like over 5,000. It's double the amount of money I have in there essentially. So that's the margin they've granted me. You can have up to double your account's value and margin. Our cash and sweep vehicle is the cash that we have that is settled, and it actually is swept aside into an interest accruing account. So you'll earn a very small amount of interest on uninvested funds. Now on Robinhood, you can see in different stocks what news is going on, what's going on with the stock. Here you can do the exact same thing. So if I want to see some news for like AMD, you can type in AMD. If I want to see some actual news, you can watch the news on Thinkorswim, which is pretty crazy. So you can click on CNBC US, and it might not be playing. Oh, there it is. It's not playing anything because it's Saturday. But when markets are open, you can watch the news while you're trading, which I think is super awesome. And then down here you have this mini little chart, that kind of deal. But you can edit all of these. You can delete gadgets. You can add new ones. So if you want to add a new one, you're going to go down here to the bottom, hit this plus sign. We can add all sorts of stuff, calculators. We do Minesweeper. If you're just bored watching a trade, you can add all sorts of stuff. So just explore that, take a look around and see what you like. And I just want to mention up here in the top, you can see how many day trades you have left. With people who have less than $25,000, they are limited to 3 day trades in a 5 trading day period. So up there is going to be your beautiful number that you need to keep an eye on, because if you trade more than that, you're going to be locked out of your account for 3 months or more. But pro tip, sometimes, very often actually, if you accidentally, you're new to the platform. If you accidentally do more than 3 day trades, you can contact customer support, and you can do so over here in the top right. You can actually do live support and talk to people on live support. You can't do it right now because they're closed essentially. And you can do it on the phone app as well. And I get responses within probably 5 to 10 minutes, and they've resolved my issues basically every time within 30 minutes. Their customer support is crazy good. So if you accidentally do go over, just ask them, say, whoopsie daisies, I messed up. Can you reset it so that I don't have to wait another 90 days to trade again? And usually they'll be pretty lenient with you. So let's go ahead and talk about how you can manage your charts. So the first thing I'd do is I would go to chart settings. I would go to down here to overlap volume and hit apply, just to put the volume over the chart so it's not taking up so much room. And we can go ahead and move this to the side since we're done with that. And we can click on active trader to get rid of that. So now we're just looking at our chart, right? So if you want to look different stocks up, remember it's up here in the top left. If you want to see multiple stocks at the same time, you can use this guy up here, and maybe you could do 4 so you can keep tabs on all sorts of different stuff. So if you want to add different indicators, what you're going to do is, the way I do it anyways, I hit Control E, and you can search for all sorts of different indicators. So you can search for MACD, apply, and hit OK. And now you can see the MACD over here at the bottom, which is just, it looks so pretty, doesn't it? So you can do that for all sorts of indicators. VWAP, RSI, you can do it for stochastics, you can do it for all sorts of stuff. So add anything you want to do on there. In the upper right hand corner, you can see your time frames, so you can change between like 5 minute, 15 minute, whatever, and you can customize those time frames down at the bottom as well. Now, if you've noticed me flipping between like zooming in, all that kind of stuff, I'm doing so by hitting my middle mouse button. So my most common ones that I'll use when I'm hitting my middle mouse button are going to be this line right here, the trend line. If you click on one spot and then click on another, it'll draw a trend line. But not only that, if you click and hold, you can zoom in onto different sections of the chart. And if you want to zoom right back out, hit middle mouse button, go to pan, double click. So I use pan to move around like this and to zoom out. Trend line, just how I just showed you. I also use price level when I'm kind of evaluating when, maybe support levels, resistance levels, but also where I might want to put my stop losses and take profits just to help me visualize it. Now, on top of everything I've showed you, I have a video that goes over a lot of handy tricks to navigating Thinkorswim, and I'll put that link in the description as well. But I think that basically covers it. Gives you a little bit, gets your feet wet. I know it's tricky, so if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the comments or in my Discord. I like to answer questions in my Discord using videos, and this is a perfect topic to make videos answering questions for. So if you want a video for your question, pop in my Discord, ask me about it, and I'll be happy to go into more detail. I love you guys. Happy holidays, and bye-bye.